This video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Hi guys, I'm here with the final part of my Witch Mercy broom building video, and in this part I am priming and painting the broom. So to prime it, I'm using wood glue and I'm just painting it on with a normal paintbrush. I do a few thin coats. I think I did a total of 5 to 7 coats on the entire broom from top to bottom. After about 2 or 3 layers of wood glue, I pause from priming to go ahead and apply a layer of 2 of Bondo's gap filler. I apply this to any seam lines that are on any of the foam pieces, let that dry, and then sand it down. This just helps create a smooth texture and blend the seams in better, because if I was to paint over it as it is now, you could totally see the seams in the bristle section of the broom. And I sand it with a medium grit sandpaper. To paint the bristle section of the broom, I mixed together some yellows, whites, and browns to create this muted yellow color and painted that on. This is acrylic paint. I spray painted the top part silver just to get the silver pieces, because there are a few silver pieces, covered, and then I went ahead and mixed together this kind of like medium brown color to paint any part that would be the wooden part of her broom. I painted it on both the top section and the normal like handle sections as well, even though I had used brown foam for that, just so that everything would be the same color. This was done with acrylic paint. Next, I added on the black paint. Everything's done with acrylic paint besides the silver coloring. All the painting may take a couple layers, because I find on the first layer or 2 it's still kind of like transparent and you can see whatever color's underneath through the paint. Just layer that up until it's more opaque. After I finished painting the black sections, I went ahead and painted these little markings on her broom yellow because they kind of, I don't know if they glow yellow or if they are yellow. They kind of look glowy in game, but they're probably just yellow. Anyways, paint those yellow, and then I painted all of the gold pieces gold. Again, all of this is with acrylic paint. I don't have video of this, but originally I had tried to paint the word Salem on that little plate that she has on the broom with yellow paint, and I didn't really like how it looked. So I used Sharpie. The gold took probably the most layers. This was the most transparent paint that I had. It didn't really want to get darker, but it eventually got there after quite a few layers. Anyways, after I finished the gold, I painted those little end sections of this top part of her broom orange, and I just used gray acrylic paint to paint that section that holds, like, the metal section that's supposed to hold all the bristles together of the broom, gray or silver. You could have just used silver spray paint though, and it would have been totally fine. Anyways, now I'm using black oil paint to add some shadows to her broom, mostly on the bristle section because that's where it's going to show up the most, and I'm just adding that into all of the little divots that we soldered in earlier and around the little metal piece. After that, I mixed together some browns, yellows, and orange, mostly brown colors, and then kind of just like messily dry brushed it on in like random spots that weren't in the direction that bristles would go, so up and down, so that it maybe looked like bristles almost, but not really. I just did this because I wanted to give it some like coloring to it because it was looking way too flat, way too one color. It needed something, so I did this just to mix in some colors and make it look a little bit better. I also used the black oil paint to add shadow to any divots or grooves that were on the wooden texture of the broom handle, but I didn't get video of me shadowing any section other than this bottom bristle section, so I am sorry about that. Now I moved on to adding this kind of like battle damage almost to the top section of her broom using a lighter gray on all of the silver spots just to add, like, I don't know, some scratch looking marks or just like where the paint would be wearing. I kind of looked at a reference photo and tried to mimic it to the best of my abilities. I also did it a little bit on the black and gold sections as well. I should also note that in between each of these steps, I went ahead and added a coat of glossy spray paint to make sure the paint underneath is sealed. So when I painted it all the base colors. I sealed it when I shadowed it. I sealed it again, and then after I finish painting this, I seal it one last time, and this is the last step for the broom. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, have found this series helpful so far, and I will be back with the rest of the Witch Mercy series very soon, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see that, or just see what other cosplay videos I have coming in the future. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!